So let's go ahead and spawn these guys in. Okay, and then I'm going to get a lead. And then tie him up here. Tie him up here. Hello and welcome to another episode of Regrowth Reloaded. Okay, we've got a bit of stuff I want to do today. I want to work a little bit on some blood magic as well as some witchery. But before we do that, I want to show you that I did get 2 more new trees out of this. So we now have a sweet chestnut tree as well as the plum. So I am also currently working on trying to get the butternut, I think is what it was. Let me look over here real quick. Yeah, the butternut. I have 3 of the saplings, but these are 2x2 trees. So I need a 4th one in order to do that. And those are a mixture of walnut and cherry. So it takes its time, so I'll just keep working on that, and hopefully I get that soon. Anyways, let's go downstairs. I want to show you something that I put together. I did a little bit of this stuff beforehand because I wanted to test it out before recording this for you guys. But we're going to work on our hobgoblins and getting them to produce the koboldite that we need. So I'm taking a cue from the playthrough that was done by Hypnotized, and something that he did, so I just kind of expanded upon his way of dealing with those as well. So we're going to be using a little bit of AE in order to do this, as well as a little bit of Botania. So what we need to do is, I've already made all the stuff and I've already put it in place, but I just want to kind of show you real quick. We're going to be looking at what is known as a formation plane. And I've already crafted 5 of these, are already in place. And this is just Fluix crystals with iron, and a formation core will make a formation plane. So I made that. And then over here in the back, I've set up an area for this. Now this mess here, this is part of the stuff that we're doing with the mechanism, and I've been working on the converting biofuel into substrate, and then substrate into HDPE, and then making HDPE sheets on that. And that's what all this mess here is for. We're going to need it when we get back into our mechanism quest, which will probably be soon. Anyways, over here I've got an area set up. So I dug out an area that's got an internal surface of 5 by 5. I've got a fence post in the center. I've got some quite clear glass on this side so we can see what we're doing here. So I've connected a smart cable from our line all the way across here into an export bus, and this export bus pulls stone from our ME system. So as long as I keep regular stone in our ME system, this thing will keep running. And that's easy enough to do. I was originally going to have it so that it would recycle it and smelt it, but then I thought about it and I'm like, this is going to be dropping both cobblestone and the koboldite dust both when these hobgoblins are working. So I'll just smelt it up by hand. I've got this smelter here that's hooked up into our ME system. So all I got to do is throw a couple stacks of cobblestone in there and we're good to go. It'll just keep going. So anyways, it pulls that from here into our interface. And this is also connected to a import bus. We're going to put a chest on top of this. And then we're going to have a hopper hawk sitting next to it here. this is just to give this power and that we need. Anyways, there is a line that comes out from this underneath here and then comes up this way and connects to 5 formation planes here. And then if we go ahead and pop one of these rocks off of here, you'll see that the formation plane does its thing, should do its thing, and replace it with a new piece of new piece of stone. So as the kobolds are mining, it will constantly be replacing the stone, and they will keep doing their thing. So let's go ahead and fill this stuff in. I put everything in this chest here. So I've got the glass I need. Let's go ahead and let's see. Grab this stuff here. Stone and the hopper hawk, the glass. I made a couple of regular iron pickaxes, and then we need leads for the hobgoblins. So let's start with the inside here. Let's go ahead and fix our floor up here. Cover that up. There we go. Then over here, I'm going to put that there. Where's my dirt? We're going to put a piece of dirt here. We're going to put, I've got this. See if we can put that on top there. Yes, that way it covers it up so we don't have to see the hole underneath our chest, which is this one here. So let me go ahead and pick that up real quick. I did grab everything out of there. Yes, I did. Okay. So that will go on top of this. Like that. And then we're just going to fill this in with some stone. And I can't put it there because of the line. That's what the other facade was for. So let's go ahead and put that here. There we go. Now it's all covered up, nice and neat. All right, so let me come in here. I'm going to go ahead and put my glass in place real quick. I'll take it back out once I get my hobgoblins spawned in. So let's go ahead and spawn these guys in. Okay, and then I'm going to get a lead and then tie him up here, tie him up here. All right. And then we are going to give them the picks. One for you. And one for you. So now they should get to work. Hopefully. What'd you do with your pick, dude? Do they not know what to do with those picks? Does it have to be a generic? Okay, I guess they don't like the these picks. All right, let me go make a couple of. Get your butt back in there. Did I say you could come out? No, stay. All right, so let me go make a couple of generic diamond picks. All right. See if that will work. Pick diamond pickaxe. 1, 2. Go ahead and toss that in there. Oh, I think the Hopper Hawk picked up that other one because there's still quite a bit of a range for the Hopper Hawks outside. Alright, so let's see. If I give you that one, alright. Okay, he gets to work. Come on. I don't want you picking up the stone. All right, let me, of course, this guy's got to be stubborn. He's picking up all the stone while the other one's doing all the work. So let me fix this real quick and I'll be right back with you. All right, well, that was like some comedy short here. The one kept picking up the stones, and then they became untied. I accidentally hit that. They got out. One was running around here, punching holes in the walls everywhere. I finally got both of them with their picks, got them tied up, and now they're doing their work. Now, as long as there's a space on the formation plane, it will put another stone in there. So if this guy moves, it'll put one in there. But if he's standing on it, it won't do that. So we don't have to worry about them suffocating. That was what that joke was with the, let me just show you that real quick. When we did the kobolds here, let's see, where was that one at? So witch, brains, mentats, minions. Just don't suffocate this one. I finally figured out what this refers to, and that was the playthrough that was done by Purple Mentat while this was still basically in alpha or beta state, and he had managed to do something that wound up suffocating one of his hobgoblins, and that was before they put the spawn egg in there for them. So that's what that's all about. So now they're doing their thing. This should pick up any of that stuff or the other ones above. I don't know if we've gotten any koboldite yet. If we did, it's going to probably be one or two, but let's see. Koboldite. Oh, we did. We got 3 koboldite dust. And I think you have to trade that with other kobolds in order to get these other things that you're going to need from it. So I've got a couple more cobalt eggs. I'm thinking about making a little area maybe over here where I can put them in there and we can trade with them because they are essentially the same thing as villagers. So you can trade with them, but these guys I can't trade with because they're tied up on leads. So they're our indentured servants right now. Anyways, that's that. We're just going to have to let that do its thing. I will dig out an area and we will work on that for something else. So, next thing we're going to do is let's take a look in our quest book. And we're going to go to chapter 13, The Way the World Bleeds. And we kind of left off here not knowing what all we needed to do with the blood altar. But let's come in here and we're going to go start with going orbital. Being able to store blood in the altar and use it for crafting is all well and good, but you'd like to be able to tap into a well of life wherever you go. And naturally that means you should create a reservoir and tie it directly to your soul. 2,000 life points in any altar is sufficient to transform a diamond into a weak blood orb. This equates to about 10 hearts worth of life drained with the sacrificial knife after an altar's internal buffer of 1,000 life points has been filled, that is. So we need to make a weak blood orb. So let's take a look at that and that is a diamond in our blood altar. So let's see, we need to get ourselves a diamond. Got one there. But let's take a look at, there's another quest here, and that gives us 6 blank slates. And the other quest here is slated for improvement. While a basic blood altar is well and good, if you wish to actually do anything with the blood or improve its construction, you're going to need a material more closely attuned to the power of blood. You will need a material known as blank slates, which are made by dousing living rock in a blood altar. These slates have many uses in the art of blood magic, so you'll probably be needing quite a few of them. So a blank slate, let's take a look at the recipe for that. And that is a living rock in the blood altar with 1,000 life points in there. So we needed, I believe it's 1 for this, yeah. I mean, we're getting several from this quest here, but let's just go ahead and make one while we're at it. So let's come over here, and we're going to get just 1 to start with. I have to figure out what these things are used for. Anyways, while we're here, let's look at the other open quest in this as well. And this one is of blood and blades. The basic sacrificial knife is good to start with, but sometimes you want something with a little more oomph. Augmenting the knife with botanical or Tomic magic seems to make it much more powerful. Elementium from the elves of Alfheim seems capable of melding with the sacrificial knife on the runic altar to allow it to produce much more LP when used, 1000 LP for 1 heart. You're not quite sure where the extra blood is coming from, but maybe that's something you don't really want to inquire after. So this wants us to make the elven knife. So let's take a look at that, and that is 2 elementium ingots with a sacrificial knife on the altar. So let's go ahead and do that real quick before we do these other pieces. So we got some elementium here. Go ahead and grab another one of those. We have our sacrificial dagger here, and then we're going to need our wand of the forest as well. So let's do this. Come over to our runic altar, 2 elementium, sacrificial dagger, and that did not take long at all. So let's go ahead and toss that on there, and there we go. We have our elven knife. So let's go ahead and take a look at our quest. What's the detection task now? Similarly, putting the knife through arcane infusion with some thaumium allows it to produce some more LP, 2000 LP for 2 hearts. So this wants us to make the thaumaturge's razor. So we're going to have to look that up in our Thaumcraft book. Alright, so let's at least get these other pieces going first, since we kind of got to go over that way anyways. And then we'll check on that thaumaturge's thingamabob after we do these other 2 pieces. All right. Let's head on over to our blood altar, which should be filled. The nice thing about having all the extra hearts that we've been getting from the mobs is filling this thing up. So let's start with this. So we need to put this in here. Let it do its thing. I think this is all we have to do. Okay, well, that wasn't too much longer. So let's go ahead and see if we can pull that out of there. There we go. We have a weak blood orb. So let's go ahead and take a look at our quest book. Is there anything else with that one? Nope. Okay, and that gives us 6 blank slates. Let's go ahead and claim our reward on that. Which technically we could use it here, but let's just go ahead and do the same thing here. We're going to put our living rock in there. Go ahead and poke myself a couple of times. And I'm going to let this do its thing, and I'll be right back with you as soon as it's done. All right, well, that was pretty much me turning around, and there it was. So let's go ahead and grab that. Let's go ahead and take a look in our quest book. All right, that gives us the blank slate. Now what's the next crafting task? One such use is in the creation of blood sigils, most of which grant you power at the cost of LP stored in your soul network. The simplest of these sigils is that of the divination, which allows you to see the state of your altar to your amount of blood. Right-click the altar with the sigil and the amount of LP stored in your soul network. Right-click in the air with the sigil, all without costing you any LP to use. So, divination sigil, and that is the blood orb with a blank slate and 7 pieces of glass. Okay, let's see what we can do about that real quick. Run in here. And I'll pick up this stuff real quick since there's stuff on the ground. Toss that in there. We can go down this way. And we should be here now. Alright. So we need 7 pieces of glass. Oh no, that's quartz glass. We don't want that. Put that back. Alright. Let's look it up real quick. Divination sigil. Okay. There we go. And we have our divination sigil. Let's take a look in here. And that gives us 6 more blank slates. Now let's see what is it. Right click the altar with the sigil. Right click the air with the sigil. Okay, let's see what our, do that real quick. Current essence 0 LP. Okay. Alright, so let me go ahead and put those aside. So let's go ahead and look at that other piece that we were going to. Let me check first of all what time of day it is. Okay, we're still good. Almost nighttime, but might be able to do this real quick. And let's head over to our Thaumcraft area and let's see about getting this other dagger of something or other, if it's open to us. Close that. Alright, and our Thaumonomicon. Let's take a look in here to see what that is called. And that is Thaumaturge's Razor. Okay, and we can do a search up here. Okay. I hope if I spell it right. Thaumaturge's. Fabric. Okay. All right, I probably don't have that opened up. So let's see. Thaumaturgy. Is it in here? How alchemy? I don't think so. Let's see. Artifice, Scolomancy, arcane arteries. There it is. Of course it is. That one. All right. Let me go ahead and do this real quick. I'm not really wanting to. But let's see. We need our scribing tools and a piece of paper. Okay. Alright, let me see what we need to do here. We got our research notes, and we need to go from Precontatio to whatever that one is, to whatever that one is. Alright, let me do this research real quick, and I'll be right back with you. Alright, so I did the research on that. Let's go ahead and do this. Tomic Bud Collection. You have gained something or other. So I've got a little bit of something or other going on here, but let's go ahead and take a look at the Thaumonomicon. Collecting blood used to be a chore, but not anymore. Your knowledge of thaumaturgy has led you to discover the ability to make your time at the blood altar a little shorter. So we need 2 thaumium and a sacrificial dagger. So let's see, we need thaumium was the Precantatio. Do we still have that there? We do. Got some iron in here. Go ahead and grab 2 iron. Go ahead and put that in here. And get this started. There we go. Got our 2 thaumium. Alright. Let me change into my robes real quick. Go. And it was, let's see what we needed for the rest of this. Come on. We need 10 Precontatio and 16 Victus. Don't have any Victus over here. I got Precontatio. I have Victus over here. How much did I need? 32. I think it was 16. 16 and 10. Yeah, we're good. Alright, so let me go ahead and put the Victus down here. Oh, wait a minute. That was a sacrificial dagger, wasn't it? Okay, we need to make another sacrificial knife, which... okay, what was that? Sacrificial knife was an Arthana in a mana pool. Let me go do that real quick, and I'll be right back with you. All right, let's give this a shot now. Let's see, we need... Take a look at it again. And that is 2 thaumium and a sacrificial knife. And the thaumium have to be diagonal from, or directly across from each other. So let's just go ahead and do this. We're going to put 1 here. 1 here. Put our sacrificial dagger in the middle. Got my wand. Stand back and make sure everything goes as planned. That one, and we are done. We have our Thaumaturge's Razor. So let's take a look in our quest book real quick. And that gives us 2 runes of augmented capacity. So let's go ahead and claim our reward. And what else did that open up? So this opens up a bunch of other things like a drunken hummingbird, altar plus. And yeah, so we'll look at that in the next episode probably. All right, well, that's it for this episode. I was hoping to do a little bit more, but this took a little bit longer than I was hoping for. In the next episode, what I want to do is we're going to go ahead and summon a demon so that we can do a little bit more with our witchery stuff. So Until next time, this is Desert Rat. Have a good one. Goodbye.